Welcome back to Breakpoint. In this video we are going through the extended patch notes for Title Update 1.1.0, which is set to release on the 28th. Alongside that, we all originally thought that the Terminator live event would be dropping. That's not on the 28th, that's coming the day after, so the 29th of January, you can see the Terminator live event. And before we jump into any patch notes or anything, we have a little teaser trailer that we are going to watch for the Terminator live event. It doesn't go into too much detail, it's literally just a teaser. It's about 34 seconds long, if I remember correctly. And a shout out to Pete and Rogue for letting me know about the teaser. So let's give that a watch, and then we will talk patch notes. So, from the teaser trailer, you literally don't get to see a lot, but so far, like, the electric sort of effect they've put in does look incredible. So I'm really hoping that month delay they gave it has helped a lot and it comes out really polished. Into the patch notes, and what I'm going to do is leave a link in the description to them, because my god, there are so many here. I was recording a video covering every single one by one, but it was like 12.5 minutes and I don't even think I was halfway through. So to save a load of time, I'll link them in the description, but what we will do is go through the highlights of the patch, and then if there are any I remember from beforehand that are important, we will cover those too. So to start it off, the size of the update for PC is 11.3 gig, PS4 will see 13.7, and Xbox One is 14.7, although they're not always exactly how the developers state, but it's around that sort of size. I did briefly cover the patch notes beforehand, like in a recent video, but these are obviously extended. This is everything they want to mention that's going into this patch. There is stuff for PvE, PvP, and the raid. There's been some weapon nerfs, there's been some boss nerfs. They're trying to do more balancing and get more diversity into the weapons that are used within the raid, so no more abusing the stoner, for an example. But going through the patch highlights, they've made improvements to night vision. They fixed an issue where players got stuck when pressing both LT and LB, or L1 and L2, while prone if they had the rocket launcher equipped. They fixed a crash occurring in snow regions when flying too high while playing on PC. This was reported on the GTX 1080, the GTX 980, and several cards from the AMD Radeon line, so that should be fixed now. They fixed an issue where EMP grenades Mark II were not available to buy in Maria's shop, despite unlocking the skill. In the previous title update, they prevented the issue from happening again. This title update, they've retroactively fixed the issue for already affected players. Players who previously lost their thermal, night vision, water canteen or binoculars will get them back after loading their save. They fixed an issue that sometimes respawned players with minor injuries after they were killed in action. They fixed an issue that removed backpack items with a quantity of 0 if they were replaced by another item. They've rebalanced the stamina for PvP after it was buffed in a previous title update. They've rebalanced the cooldown on the ping system in PvP as it was too long to be effective. They've toned down the coughing sounds that players could hear while in Error 1, which is probably one of the best things they would ever do to this game. Enemies are no longer going to shout in pain when they're shot in the head. There's improved AI behaviour. They fixed an issue where enemies investigating will go to cover mid-detection. If enough NPCs die at a single spot, they will stop rushing the player. They'll get into cover more often than before. They've modified the vanish rules so that the NPCs will stay in fight if they're close enough to the player. Then, looting intel on Rosebud's body is no longer mandatory to complete the Speak No Evil mission, and they've just done that to match the behaviour on the other Wolves bosses missions. They fixed an issue where part of the L3GP night vision goggles was static and not attached to the item. They fixed an issue that caused the ghillie gear paint to change when players change their pants colour. In the Wolves bosses missions, intel is now looted when the player grabs their body. They've started improvements on the base jump mechanic. There are more to come in the next title updates. They fixed an issue that prevented players from accessing a new class after unlocking it. The digital scope now has multiple levels of zoom. They fixed priorities so that the interact button now prioritises mission givers over vehicles. They reduced the time it takes for the items sold pop-up to disappear. They fixed an issue that caused several stats to reset to 0 after creating a new save slot or deleting one. So your story collectibles, main quests and things like that. Then for the raid, the ones they've mentioned in the highlights, They fixed several issues that caused some bosses to stop moving in certain cases. So for an example, Gargoyle, if you trigger an enemy fight outside the arena then walk in, sometimes Gargoyle would sit still. That happened with all bosses in different situations, so those should be fixed now, so no more cheesing the bosses. LMGs with the 150 ammo capacity, so the Stoner, the Mark 48, the 6P41, they've been nerfed by minus 17%, only for raid boss fights, not for the rest of the game. And then with the 100 ammo capacity LMGs, they've been nerfed by minus 7%. This is their damage from what I've read in these notes, not their ammo capacity. But that's, again, only for the raid boss fights, minus 7% on the 100 ammo capacity LMGs, and that won't affect the rest of the game. Then they've nerfed the health of Ball, the Scale Quantum Computer, and Cerberus by 5% each. There are some other changes in there, but as I said, this list goes on forever, so I'll leave a link in the description. You guys can go check it out. But that is me going to be done for the video. I might pop on and check when 1.1.0 comes out, but if I don't, I will see you guys on the 29th with the Terminator live event. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.